Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. Bradenton Motorsports, June 9th, 2022. We're here for the Thursday night test and tune. All right, so Doug's Redeye's got nitrous now. I believe he's gutted it as well. Yeah, it looks an awful lot like the back of the Tesla, but he doesn't even have passenger seat. You can see his nitrous outlet bottle back there, at least I can see it. I hope it comes through on the camera. And he should be right in the ballpark. Very low nines with this setup, because he was running 930s before the nitrous. He just put the Mickey Thompsons on. As usual, he doesn't ride here on those. He comes in on street tires and then puts the Mickeys on the back. So he's going to make a test pass, sort it out, and if everything's going well, we'll make a run. And it should be interesting. I'm expecting a very close race. So, Doug, are you leaving foot braked or are you on a button yet?
Oh no, I'm on a foot brake.
On foot brake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, hope you have a great test pass, and I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. Project Tantrum. All right, Doug. Redeye is on nitrous now. This will be his first pass since he got it dialed in. At 145 miles an hour. I assume he hit the bottle on that pass, but should have been faster. That's about what he was running before he put the bottle on it. All right, on this pass, we're running my buddy Mike in his Redeye Challenger. He believes he's getting to the low nines now. He thinks he's capable of running 910s. We'll find out here in a second. We're at 87% battery state of charge, drag strip mode, peak performance ready, and as you may have noticed, this is going to be a pro tree. This is going to be a pro tree.
All right, we've got Andrew, the Tesla Plaid channel, and Mike from the Hellcat Redeye.
And it's super sticky. Only one car's been down the track and it was in the other lane, so we should be in really good shape here on stick. All right, we're starting to get staged. Launch control. Whoa, whoa! Where's that pro tree going?
Takes it, 924. at 149.
Launch control. Whoa! What's that tree on it? You know, in the game of golf, they say don't talk in your backswing. And when I'm narrating and trying to get into launch control, trying to do my usual thing, well, it's not my usual thing because my usual thing's a sportsman tree. So thankfully, I didn't react too slow to that. But he definitely got me by a ton on the light. But we were able to make it up. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, that reaction time. I'm really lucky I didn't lose that race. 0.81. Add that to my 924 ET, and that's more than 10 seconds down the track. So the car with a perfect light could have ran a 10.0 and beat me on that pass. But thankfully we were able to catch up. I don't know what his reaction time was. Probably wasn't 000 on that Pro Tree. But the other numbers on this ticket are pretty interesting. 149 60 foot, so not great, and 396 to the 330 and 6000 to the 8th mile at 120.49, 924 at 149.6 miles an hour. Let's see what Mike ran. I think he's showing his time tonight. I had the pink Pro Tree sign right in front of me, and you know, in golf they say don't talk in your backswing. Yeah. I'm like talking to the camera, thinking I'm seeing through yellows. I'm just so dang used to a sportsman, man. So you killed me on that light.
It was all right.
You were out on me quite a bit, and you've got a better 60 foot. Although maybe not on that pass. You were 140, weren't you?
140. 142, I think.
Yeah. So just a little, I mean, 149 on my side.
Yeah.
But you're usually much quicker than that to the 60.
Yeah, I left a little easy on the 60 foot.
Yeah. You know what your 8th was on that pass?
6.1, something.
I was 6,000.
Okay.
To the 8th and then 924. So you're close to the 950 then in the end?
953 again.
953.
Yeah.
Same as the previous pass.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't hit it super hard on the launch. You weren't getting one of your 130s.
I did my second year launch.
Yeah. And if I remember, is your best 60 around 130?
131.
131. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it cool.
So
Cool off, do another.
You think it'll get faster?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was hot.
You think DA is the main difference?
Well, DA and I didn't have the fans on it.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Well,
but
I wasn't sure I was going to be able to catch you, but I just did.
It was close.
That was fun. So looking at the full time slip here on the Bradenton Motorsports app, looks like I just barely caught him by 0.5 of a second. An 0.54 margin at the finish line. We just barely clipped him. He had a 5/16 reaction to my 8/16, so he was exactly 0.3 ahead of me there. And his 8th mile was just less than 0.2 slower, so he was still ahead of us at the 8th mile. But at the quarter mile, he ran a 9:59 at 144.13, and we just barely clipped him by 0.05 of a second. Fun race. I didn't mean to give him that much on the tree, but worked out in the end. I guess it made it a little more interesting. Over 100 cars out here now. Got Tesla row here. We had a Model X Plaid here a minute ago. He just left. Missed him. Might not look like 100 cars at first blush, but well, you can see car number 98 rolled in, and there are a few more. Yeah, I can see car number 104 back there. All right, Doug's Redeye Charger is going to be running with the Nitrous on this pass. Faster than that. He must have had a hiccup. He told me it's dyno to 1050 horsepower. So this Charger Redeye's got nitrous now. Yeah. It's not really obvious, but you can see a few things here. Like where the jets come in, solenoids are underneath. You got the purge line right here on the one side. purge line on the other side. So other than the purge lines, and if you're looking for it, these lines into the intake, that's really all that's visible. You don't see the solenoids at all. And these Mickeys are picking up all kinds of stuff here tonight. Well, look at that. Sticky Mickeys. All right, our last run of the night is the Redeye Charger. He recently dynoed it at 1050 horsepower, and he's lighter than us, so he's got the potential to beat us, but he's been having his challenges with his tune tonight. This will be a full tree, a Sportsman. We're at 83% battery state of charge after those runs earlier, using about 3% per run. Drag strip mode, peak performance ready. One thing I've learned about this driver, Doug, is he can cut a light. He has a lot of 01s and 02s. All right, we're up. Track was just prepped.
Project Tantrum here on the left, Andrew, the Tesla Plaid on the right.
Okay. We're going to take one bulb, and as soon as we can, we'll take the second one. And we're going to go as deep as we can into launch control.
Andrew, you currently have the world record here, 0.000 at 1.45 miles per hour.
It's unfortunate that he spun back there. The track was just prepped. No, as suspected, it was not a 000 reaction. It was a 054, just around half a tenth of a second. As I've said many times, that's my goal, half a tenth of a second or less. I don't try to cut it much closer than that. Risk red lighting, especially with just the inconsistencies of staging. If I'm a little too far forward, if I'm shooting for a 01 or an 02, that's going to be a red light half the time. So 50 or less, half a tenth of a second is fine with me. We had a 145 60 foot, 392 to the 330, a 596 eighth mile. That's looking good at 118 miles an hour, but it's got no ET or mile an hour on this ticket. Not sure why. Shoot, I hope they didn't have the timing system configured for eighth mile only. Well, it's got the 1,000-foot time, 771. Let's see what happened with Doug.
Unfortunately, Project Tantrum is down. No. And he drove this to the track too. Hopefully it's nothing bad. Shoot. 'Hate to see it happen. Especially because Project Tantrum too. He's been looking for low nines. Hopefully he's got AAA. He'll get the free tow.
So the Charger barely moved. Drive
Yeah,
shaft?
so I was in the stands videoing it, and he chirped, and then it just sat there. They had to push him off backwards off the track.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't
you were gone.
blame him for not want to talk about it, but we have confirmed that it is the drive shaft, so that's unfortunate. You don't want to win a race that way, but hopefully it's a quick fix.
Yeah, the trailer coming, so he'll get home safe.
Knowing him, he'll be back here next week.
Yeah.
Well, not here because the track will be closed, but I'll see him at Showtime next week.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for that first run tonight, man.
Yeah. No, nice meeting you.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
We'll see you around.
It was a fun night of racing. It's unfortunate that Doug's night ended with a broken drive shaft like that. Always hate to see that. You know, looking back on those 4 races tonight, the 2 in the middle, the second race, which is against that Z28, and the 3rd race against Mike's Redeye Challenger, those are 2 races we might have lost if we hadn't removed the weight from this car. We're more than 1/10 of a second faster with the weight removed, and both of those races were decided by less than 1/10 of a second. The Z28 ran 608 with a near perfect reaction. Now granted, he red lit with his 004 negative, but if he'd have had a near perfect reaction, which we are expecting, he's on the trans brake on the button, and with a 608, that's a tough time to beat with a stock Plaid, unless you've got a dynamite reaction time. Then against Mike's Challenger, because I was sleeping on that Pro Tree, we just barely caught him. Our 924, and the 05 margin of victory there means we couldn't have run any slower than 929 with that reaction time and still won. And all the other Plaids were running 930s and up tonight. Now, of course, if this is somebody's daily driver or their main vehicle of transportation, you're not going to want to have the seats out all the time. But since we only take this to the drag strip, I don't mind it being a 2-seater here, just with the front seats. It's kind of like having a Corvette. Hope you enjoyed these races, and we'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel.